Welcome back to another crochet tutorial. Today we're going to be making this sunny side up egg keychain. This is perfect as gifts for egg lovers like me or a cute bag charm. Let's start with going through the materials you will need to prepare. I have two colors of yarn here. I have picked golden yellow for the egg yolk and white for the egg white. You also need your usuals. I'm using the 3.0mm hook, some stitch markers, yarn needle, yarn snip. I have also prepared some stuffing so that we can give the egg yolk its shape. To make a keychain, I have prepared a standard metal ring like this one. You can easily get it on Amazon. If you want to know where I get all my crochet supplies, I have provided a link in the description below.
Before we get into crocheting, I would like to first do a quick run through of how we are cooking this up. We'll first start with the yolk. This is the crochet diagram. We'll be doing a total of 5 rows in total. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll start off with a magic ring and 6 single crochet. And then for row 2, 3, 4, we're gonna increase slowly. And for the last row of the yolk, we are going to end off with 4 single crochet. There will be no increases or decreases. Once the yolk is done, we will then do the egg white. For the first 4 rows of the egg white is exactly the same as the egg yolk. So magic ring, 6 single crochet, increase, increase, increase. In the 5th row, it's also 24 single crochet, but here we are going to start attaching the egg yolk and crochet them together. So instead of doing the egg yolk and egg white separately, we're just going to crochet them together. And then after the 5th row, when we attach the egg yolk, we are just going to do another increase for row 6. And then for row 7 and 8, this is when we'll start doing the fried egg shape.
Let's start with my favorite part of the egg, the yolk. I'm using the golden yellow for this. We're gonna start with a magic ring first. Followed by 6 single crochet. So 1. Use a stitch marker, put it in here to remind yourself that this is the first stitch. And then continue 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Once you've completed the 6 single crochet, we're gonna tighten the magic ring. My habit is to pull this string a little. See that this string is moving and this string is not. So what we're gonna do is to pull this one, pull the string that moves, to tighten the other string, and then pull all the way through. And ta-da! And then to end off the row, we are gonna slip stitch into the first stitch. Okay, take this out. Slip stitch. For the next row, we're gonna do an increase first. So we're gonna chain and then do an increase. So 1. Put back the stitch marker. And then do another one. So this is an increase. We're gonna continue 5 more times. and then we'll end off the round with a stitch. If you're more advanced like me, you don't have to put a stitch marker on the last stitch, but if you are quite new, maybe you want to put one stitch marker on the last stitch so you know when it ends. To start the next row, we are going to do a chain first and then do a single crochet, followed by an increase. And we're going to do this 5 more times. Remember to put your stitch marker on. When you reach the last stitch, take out the stitch marker and crochet in the last stitch. Put back the stitch marker. Slip stitch into the first stitch of that row. Boom. For the next row, we're going to start with a chain again. This time we're going to do 2 single crochet first. So 1, put back the stitch marker, the second one, and then an increase. And again, we're going to follow this pattern 5 more times. And then slip stitch to end off the row. For this next row, we're going to start with a chain and then we're just going to single crochet all the way. Okay, no increase, no decrease. When you reach the last stitch, do one last single crochet. What we are gonna do here is to cut off the yarn. We are not gonna do a slip stitch, okay? After you cut off the yarn, pull the whole string through. Use the yarn needle, thread through the yarn. What we are gonna do is to have that nice finishing, so we're gonna do a manual crochet stitch method. What you want to do is go to the first stitch of that row, thread through both the loops. Okay, and then go to the last stitch of that row and go through only the back loop. Once you're in, pull a bit to tighten, and then we'll have this closed finish. Okay, for the excess yarn, what you're gonna do is to hide it a little, or you can just leave it like this. Okay, I will just thread through a little bit so it's more in the middle, and then I will cut it a little shorter. Okay, and that's it. The yoke is done. Next up, we are gonna crochet the egg white. I'll be using the white yarn. Okay, so for the egg white, the first 4 rows is exactly the same as the egg yolk, and that's what we're gonna be doing first. Once you're done with 4 rows, for the 5th row, we are going to start attaching the egg yolk. So what we are going to do is to do a chain first. To attach the yolk, make sure the yolk is facing up, not the back side, this side, and then put it like this, and then we are going to start connecting. Okay, so go through 1 stitch of the egg yolk and the first stitch of the egg white, put together, single crochet. Okay, you'll still have to continue putting your stitch marker so you know where is the first stitch, and we're just gonna do single crochet the whole round. So do this carefully. Okay, so once you have done about 3/4 or like 2/3, then we can start filling the egg yolk in to give it the shape. So you see the keychain is a bit popped up, so this is where we are going to add the stuffing, right? So you just put it in. So depending on how much you want the egg yolk to be, you can put the stuffing depending on your preference. If you have no stuffings at home, you can also easily use these excess yarns from your crochet project and stuff it in. Sometimes I don't want to throw it into the dustbin and I will just put it in. Okay, and then once you're done, just continue doing the single crochets. So row 5 actually acts as the closure, you know, for the stuffings. You don't actually have to do anything else, which is awesome. Okay. So this is the last one, and no, this is not the last one. Second last one. Okay, let me take out the stitch marker now and do the last single crochet. Put back your stitch marker and do a slip stitch. Put in the row and it will look like this. To start the next row, we're going to do a chain first and then do 3 single crochet. Followed by an increase, and we are going to continue this until we reach the last stitch. And then slip stitch to close off the row. We're gonna start with a chain first, followed by 2 single crochet. So 1, 2, and then an increase. 1. And then we're gonna do 4 single crochet. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, and an increase. We're gonna repeat this 4 more times. When you're done with that, we're going to do 2 more single crochet. And end the row with a slip stitch. For the last row, this is where we'll be doing the shape of the egg. Okay, start off with a chain first, and then we are gonna do 4 double crochet increases. So 1 double crochet in the first stitch, another double crochet in the first stitch. Okay, remember to put the stitch marker, and then we're just gonna do 3 more of this. Once you're done with this, we're gonna continue with 4 single crochet. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So this forms the first egg white side, okay? And then we're gonna do 4 more double crochet increases. So this is the first one, second one, third one, fourth. And this is the second one. After this, we are going to do 3 single crochet. 1, 2, 3. For the next one, we are just gonna do 3 double crochet increases. One, 2, 3. Followed by 3 single crochet. 1, 2, 3. For the next one, we are going to do 5 double crochet increases. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we are going to do 3 single crochet. 1, 2, 3. After this, we are left with the last part. That will be 3 double crochet increases. 1, 2, 3. The last part we're just gonna do for single crochet. For the last row, instead of doing a slip stitch, we are going to do the manual crochet stitch method. So what you're going to do is to cut off the yarn first, pull all the way through using a yarn needle, thread through, look for the first stitch of that row. There should be a stitch marker in, thread through both the loops, pull, find the last stitch of that row, go through only the back loop, pull to tighten. Okay, you'll get this finishing, nice finishing. For the excess yarn, what we're gonna do is to hide it. So turn to the back. Pull, make it nicer. Hide a little more until we are near the egg yolk. I do this on purpose, you'll see why. Okay, so we are very long, right? So what we're gonna do is to go through the egg yolk. Using the back of the yarn needle, push it in so you can hide it. So this one is very useful, you know, if you have crocheted everything and then you find that your egg yolk is very flat, then you can use this method to give the egg yolk more shape. And you can also hide the yarn at the same time, which is killing two birds with one stone. So if you find that the egg yolk is, you know, if you find that the egg yolk is in a shape that you like already and you still have yarn left, you can just cut it off and then push the ends in, make it clean, and then ta-da! Your egg is done. You can usually just gift it like this, or if you want to, you can add a keychain like this, which is what I'm gonna show you next. Okay, I've prepared the metal ring and a plier, so I can show you how to do it. Okay, first thing first, go to the metal ring, open it so that it's big enough. Okay. Find a spot on the egg white that is more sturdy. So try not to pick here, this part. Okay, where we have the first stitch and the last stitch. Try to pick in the middle. Okay, so what I like to do is to pick where we do 5 double crochet increases. So I will usually put it here. So this is where we attach like the first and last stitch, so we don't want to pick that. So you can pick here, 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 or here. Usually 1, 2, 3 more ideal. Okay, I think I'm gonna go for here. So it's exactly opposite. So here will be more sturdy. So once you're done with it, you just take out the plier, go through the stitch. Okay, once you go through, use the plier again, close up the gap. And ta-da! And ta-da! The fried egg keychain is done. I hope you love making this cute crochet project, and let me know in the comments what you would love to see next. Thanks for watching!
I eat over you.